So what should one make of Defense Minister Rajnath Singh's statement, the timing of the statement and the response of the opposition? Joining me on India First is Dr. Ajay Alok, National Spokesperson of the BJP. Dr. Shama Mohammed is the National Spokesperson of the Congress. Saira Halim is an activist and author. Professor Geeta Bhatt is an academic and analyst joining us on this special broadcast. Dr. Ajay Alok, Congress asks, where is the evidence to prove Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru sought treasury funds, government money to build Babri Masjid, and Sardar Patel opposed it?
If you go through the cabinet archives of 1949, when the first government was formed and Jawaharlal Nehru became the Prime Minister way back in 46, in 49 the proposal very much came there, and which was absolutely rejected by none other than Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. And in the contrary, Mr. Nehru said that what was the need for the Somnath temple, to which the answer came, what he just now said, that the Somnath temple is completely funded by the people who have collected 30 lakhs for its renovation. The bucks didn't stop here also. When Dr. Rajendra Prasad was invited to inaugurate the Somnath temple, Mr. Nehru objected to it, which is there in the written. Again, a letter was written that you should not go, because India being a secular country, you should not go to inaugurate a temple. This legacy continued. It didn't stop here only. If you remember, after 1991, the late Prime Minister Narasimha Rao, on the floor of the House, he said that the new Babri Masjid will be constructed by the government. So this kept on happening. This appeasement politics continued before the independence, after independence, and this legacy was carried out by the Gandhi family continuously till now. And till today, even in
Dr.
Bengal, we have heard somebody is making Babri Masjid, some TMC MLA.
Okay, Dr. Shama Mohammed, the BJP accuses the Congress of appeasement politics and says there's a long history from the time of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. The BJP claims it reflects an anti-Hindu mindset of the Congress. The stance, two aspects being raised. One, hostile on the Somnath temple. Two, Dr. Rajendra Prasad attending it. Rajnath Singh's statement that, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru wanted government funds for Babri Masjid construction, madam.
Gaurav Sawant, I have known you for years. You are a good anchor, a good journalist, and you go by facts and evidences. I'm so shocked that you're doing a show on what Rajnath Singh said. Now, Dr. Ajay Alok spoke. He never said anywhere in what he said. He said Pandit Nehru was against Somnath. He said he went on to, what is the other person? Narasimha Rao, our former Prime Minister, said this and that. But nowhere he said what Rajnath Singh said, that Jawaharlal Nehru wanted funds to build a Babri Masjid. So that itself, we can understand as no evidence. I'm telling you today, I just got the news. I got a call just now that Rajnath Singh is converted to Islam. Do you know that, Gaurav Sawant? I just got a call. Rajnath Singh is now a Muslim. So this is the thing. You have to do a debate on that now. Because Rajnath Singh goes out and says something that has happened, which he thinks is right. Is that the basis of you doing a debate? Have they shown you any of the evidence?
He's Defense Minister of India.
I don't give a damn. He's a defense minister if he doesn't come out with facts. I don't care who the hell he is. There is something. You're a journalist of caliber. The BJP has gone mad. They come out to divert and distract from SIR, and the most important thing right now, pollution, which is killing Ajay Alok, who's a doctor himself. He knows what is COPD. Gaurav Sawant, it's killing him. He lives in Noida, and Noida is worse than Delhi, and it's killing us and many others. Okay. That's the most important topic. I want to know, Ajay Alok, I've heard that Rajnath Singh is converted into Islam. Can you tell me if it's the truth or not?
Okay, Ajay Alok, since there's a direct reference to you, you want to respond to what the Congress Party spokesperson says, both on the issue of the defense.
Babri Masjid thing? You have to
Dr. Ajay Alok and Dr. Shama Mohammed, we put both the good doctors on screen.
Insulting, one more thing, Gaurav Sawant, and insulting the Prime Minister. Remember, the ban of RSS was done by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and not Jawaharlal Nehru. You keep telling Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, hamara hai. Stop this bloody nonsense. Enough is enough. All right?
Okay.
Do not make up stories about Pandit Nehru, who was one of the great prime ministers of this country. Enough is enough.
Dr. Ajay Alok wants to respond, ma'am.
Make stories about Narendra Modi or, for that matter, Vajpayee. We will never do that.
Okay. Dr. Ajay Alok.
I I don't expect the sanctity of words to be maintained here when it cannot be maintained in the parliament. So this is all the slangs of bloody and I don't care and I give a damn, keep it to yourself. We also don't care and we give a damn. And I guess you didn't hear my initial statement when I said in 1949 a cabinet proposal came to fund Babri Masjid, for which the documented evidence is there in the archives of the government of India. That is a fact. Don't run away. And if Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel banned, hey, don't shout in between. Don't shout in between. Don't shout in.
I have to, because you're talking nonsense.
One by one.
You're talking nonsense.
One by one.
We have already shown. We had already shown.
One by one. Okay.
Like this,
yeah.
Okay? Keep your cool.
Dr. Shama Mohammed and Dr. Ajay Alok on air,
this for the next
please.
30-40 years. Yeah.
Go on, Dr. Alok.
We have already shown the late Subhash Chandra Bose diary. We are already in the process of showing many things which is hidden, which is not there in the history, which is going to be the part of the history, which is troubling you, which is troubling you, which is troubling you. If Sardar Patel banned us, if Sardar Patel banned RSS, why are you shouting in between?
Okay, one by one.
Gaurav, you can see the anxiety.
Okay, Dr. Shama Mohammed, let Dr. Ajay Alok make his point, madam. Let Dr. Ajay Alok make his point. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you.
I don't want to go beyond evidence. Where is the evidence when you accuse a former Prime Minister who is not alive to defend himself? I want
the anxiety and irritability. The anxiety
Dr. Ajay Alok.
Your anxiety and irritability. Yeah, your anxiety and irritability cannot change the facts. These are the facts. And if Sardar Patel banned RSS after the death of Mahatma Gandhi, Sardar Patel only lifted the ban.
Dr. Mohammed, just let him complete his point.
The ban.
You know, he lifted, he heard you. Hear him out. I'll come back to you, madam. Just hear him out.
Hear something which is nonsensical, Gaurav. Where are the evidence? Evidence. See, he's a doctor. A disease has got. We do evidence.
This is nothing but the anxiety.
So
the anxiety of hiding the truth. This is nothing but anxiety of hiding the truth. That why this truth is
attacks.
What you are. Mind your language. Enough. Enough. I've heard you enough. Bloody, bloody, bloody. What do you think you are? You can speak anything, any nonsense on the TV, and get away with it. Mind your language. If I'm being courteous.
On the substantive issue. On the substantive issue.
Evidence kahan hai?
Okay, Dr. Alok.
We are not discussing our personal matters here.
Sabut dikha do.
When I'm saying one after the other thing, listen to me.
Why
are you speaking in between?
Only Dr. Ajay Alok so that he can make the point. Dr. Shama Mohammed, just let Dr. Ajay Alok complete his point. I'm coming back to you. Dr. Alok, complete your point, sir.
One after the other, we have given the evidence, and we'll come out with this evidence also that there was a cabinet proposal in which Nehru proposed that the Babri Masjid be built to maintain the mutual trust post 1948 communal rights. Okay, let's build the Babri Masjid. It came up in the cabinet. You know, every cabinet proposal, whether accepted or rejected, is kept in the government archive. It's there for everyone to see. Congress knows this very well. Now they are afraid that if we bring out this will open another Pandora's box. Secondly, second thing, if Sardar Patel banned RSS, Sardar Patel only lifted RSS, the ban on RSS, and he wrote a good comprehensive 3-page letter which is there in the documented evidence. And she talks about RSS. It was Mr. Nehru only who invited RSS post-China war to participate in the Republic Day parade. She conveniently forgets everything. This Congress party banned RSS thrice after that, during emergency, which was lifted by court. 91 post Babri Masjid revolution.
I want to once again come back to a substantive issue of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru.
Is the essence of this country.
Okay, Dr. Shama Mohammed, the BJP is also quoted an excerpt from the inside story of Sardar Patel, the diary of Maniben Patel, which reads, and I quote, and I put that quote out in public domain for our viewers also. It says, Nehru also raised the question of Babri Masjid, but Sardar made it clear that the government could not spend any money for building a mosque. And then it goes on to give a reason. Would you want to respond to Maniben Patel's book?
Gaurav, I can write a book. Some idiot can write a book saying that, you know...
Ma'am, this is Sardar Patel's daughter.
You know, no, listen to me. I don't care who it is. I want to see evidence from...
She's calling Sardar Patel's daughter an idiot. What kind of a language is being used? Parliament is called community katta hai, dasta hai. Here she is using all kind of bloody slangs and all idiot and all.
Dr. Alok, let Dr. Mohammed complete her point, sir.
Here put to your ear the abuses of Congress.
Yes.
I
request all my guests. I request my guests to keep the language civil. You know, this is a show which is widely watched by families and children. But Dr. Mohammed, complete your point, ma'am.
My point is very simple. Listen to me, Gaurav. You are a senior journalist. You can't accuse a prime minister of somebody writing a book or something else. We don't know what happened there. I just bring out, he says it's in the archives. Bring it out tomorrow. Rajnath Singh should bring it out and put it out there. This is there, or where there is that letter from Jawaharlal Nehru to Patel. I mean, you can't do this. This has enough is enough. Tomorrow I can say so and so was behind the Gujarat riots, or somebody else converted into some. And who went to Jinnah's grave? Who went to Jinnah's grave? It was Advani. Nobody from our party. Jinnah's grave, Advani went there, one of their tallest leaders.
Okay.
So that is called evidence. That's a fact because we have evidence. Now you come
Okay,
out and
Ajay
say
Alok,
that Babri Masjid,
Ajay
where
Alok,
is
give
the
me a
evidence?
moment. Okay, fair enough. You're saying bring out that evidence in public domain and let it not be just anecdotal references, and we have great respect for Sardar Patel and Maniben Patel as far as India today is concerned. Saira Halim, is Rajnath Singh as Defense Minister of India exposing the double standards of this so-called secularism in India? Nehru, according to Rajnath Singh, was okay with government money being used for Babri Masjid, but opposed then President Dr. Rajendra Prasad or even Sardar Patel going for Somnath temple inauguration. Are these double standards of Indian secularism? Is this what BJP describes as Muslim appeasement politics? And that Sardar Patel had to clarify government money was not being used for the construction of Somnath temple. It was trust money that was used.
So firstly, good evening, Gaurav. Let's be very clear one thing, that BJP is right now on a desperate mission to claim Sardar Patel and Dr. Ambedkar as his own, like I said. So it's not really about Babri Masjid or Nehru. The question is about Sardar Patel, who actually wanted the RSS to be banned. So I don't know whether to laugh or to cry, but BJP really needs to steal independence heroes because all they have is Savarkar. Now, point two, the Liberhan Commission has already held that the demolition of Babri Masjid was not a spontaneous crowd-driven accident, but a result of a meticulous planning, and it explicitly named senior RSS BJP figures who were actively or passively involved with this entire demolition, right? And in other words, the BJP is responsible for the deep communal divide that we get to see in the country. And Mantriji's Sound and Light program is basically is just a cover-up, right? So now here, here I'm refuting the claim that Nehru planned to use public funds for Babri Masjid. Firstly, A.
But on what basis?
The strongest point is, where is the archival evidence to prove that? There should be some documentary evidence to support this specific claim that yes, Nehru indeed planned to use public fund for Babri Masjid. Where is the proof? Because when you look at claims like this, you ask for documentary evidence where there is none. Secondly, where is the correspondence to substantiate, that Nehru proposed, or rather intended to use government funds for Babri Masjid? There's no letters, there's no draft, there's no correspondence, none of that at all. And
let me bring in Professor Geeta Bhatt to respond to this. Professor Bhatt, just on the basis of what Maniben Patel wrote, in the book that Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has made this claim, are we to understand that if Pandit Nehru wanted to use government funds for Babri, Saira Halim and Dr. Shama Mohammed asked, wouldn't there have been letters between Pandit Nehru and Sardar Patel, papers in the cabinet? Dr. Ajay Alok does refer to a cabinet note which is yet to be in public domain. But Professor Bhatt?
Yes, Gauravji, I think, Sardar Patel has been one of the most tallest leaders in this country, both figuratively as well in the literal way, towering presence in the freedom movement as well as post-freedom movement, where he played a very, very crucial role in, integrating the princely states, more than 500 princely states into the country. And, when his daughter, Manibai Patel, who was also incidentally a member of parliament from Congress party, and later on was sent to Rajya Sabha by Congress party. It is the collection of her letters, because she spent a large amount of time with her father during very important meetings which used to take place between political leaders before independence and after independence. So, when she is writing something, and if it is being quoted, and there is a reference which already has been given by Ajay Alok ji, I think it is important to take note of it. Some people may disagree with it, but no one can disagree that when Ram Mandir idol was installed in Ayodhya at night in December 1949. After that, Pandit Nehru had written to the then Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Vallabhbhai, that this installation of idol is illegal and it has to be removed. This no one can deny. No one can deny that when Rajendra Prasad, the first president of the country, when he was going to go to inaugurate the Somnath temple, it has already been told that Nehruji advised him not to go in the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. And one more important fact is that as a president, his speech had to be telecasted by All India Radio. But it was not done so.
So Dr. Shama Mohammed, BJP insists Pandit Nehru wrote to then Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Govind Ballabh Pant saying that the placement of Ram Lala's idols in the Babri Masjid was an unlawful act. He pressed for their removal, and strangely in 2005, government actually submitted an affidavit in court saying Pandit Nehru's note had mysteriously disappeared.
Listen, I am not going to go into hearsay, okay? I only go with facts. Gaurav Sawant, you do. Now, one of the facts is Shama Mukherjee worked as a finance minister under A.K. Faizul Haq. Now, who is this person? He's the one who sent the resolution for Pakistan in 1940. We all know that. Shama Mukherjee worked in Nehru's cabinet. So he was involved during the Kashmir crisis. So we know what is happening. These are facts. See, I'm giving you facts where Shama Mukherjee was with the Muslim League and everything. We all know what happened during that time.
Okay. So, but for the benefit of the debate today, we are on the issue of Ram Temple, Babri, and alleged use of government funds for construction by Pandit Nehru.
Gaurav, we are going to go by facts. I will not go by hearsay. What was your discussion today? Is Jawaharlal Nehru giving money to build Babri Masjid? That was what was the discussion. Now, where have you reached?
Out of government funds.
Ram Lala,
opposed by Sardar Patel.
Yeah, so you can't continue with this hearsay. Go to Ram Lala, then you will reach to Babri Masjid of 99, then you'll go to Narasimha Rao. I mean, let's stop all this. Okay, let's get into real issues because you're a senior journalist. Let's discuss SIR. Let's discuss pollution. I am there. You want to discuss Vande Mataram, we can all do that. But what are you discussing right now is completely irrelevant and wasting half an hour of your precious time and the time of the audience. So let's go by facts.
Dr. Ajay Alok,
insulting.
So we've had a series of discussions on the special intensive revision of the electoral rolls, very extensive discussions. In fact, we've had a series of discussions on pollution, and you're absolutely right, that's huge. A lot more needs to be done. But this issue, since the Defense Minister has raised it, also comes up. You've seen the kind of fervor with the Divya Bhavya Navya Ram Temple at Ayodhya. And Dr. Alok, your government is in power at the center. Your government in Uttar Pradesh, Rajnath Singh, uniquely placed. Not only is he Defense Minister, you know better, he's from Uttar Pradesh, knows the state like the back of his hand. If there is such a letter, if there are these telegrams, should these notes not be in public domain by now, sir, for the Defense Minister to make such a big statement?
First of all, Maniben Patel, when she refers about this suggestion by Nehru to the cabinet, it's very much mentioned in the Maniben's book, whom Shama called an idiot. Anyway, forget it. I told you that there is a cabinet note, whether rejected or selected, it's always there in the government archive. And it is kept a secret. Even Congress never discloses it, and it's a matter of courtesy for every government not to disclose those cabinet notes, whatever are rejected and what are selected. Number 3. Now I'm telling a fact which was there in front of whole India. Mr. Narasimha Rao, Congress Prime Minister, on the floor of Lok Sabha, he made an announcement that we are going to rebuild Babri Masjid. Yes or no? Now there's no book, there's no evidence, there's no passing on cabinet note. It's on the floor of the House. Then Prime Minister Narasimha Rao said. And on the very same day, he passed that, that bill. I'm forgetting.
Places of Worship Act 1991.
Places of Religious Act.
Yes.
Places of Worship Act. on the very same day, the Places of Religious Act, Worship Act was passed. So it's there on the House. What more evidence you want? The Congress party always had an intention to build Babri Masjid from the government's money. They have been doing it. There are numerous instances when the government has released fund to mosques,
Dr.
whether
Shama
it is
Mohammed
Jama
wants to
Masjid
come
here
in
or in
and
Bhopal
rebut what
or in
you're saying,
Bihar,
sir.
every places. It's there on the records.
Okay, Dr. Shama Mohammed, you wanted to respond.
Narasimha Rao was incommunicado when the Babri Masjid was destroyed under Kalyan Singh's government in UP. So I don't need to say anything more. You know what exactly happened. You know, it must have been regret and
Prime
remorse.
Minister incommunicado.
So we know he was also part of it. So let's not just keep quiet on it. We know what happened during that time. He was incommunicado. Everybody knows that. So let's not get into it.
Fair enough. Professor Geeta Bhatt, so what is wrong if Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru wanted the restoration of Babri Masjid or the removal of Ram Lala's idol? That was his belief. That is the definition of secularism that, that was followed. What's wrong with it?
See, when Gauravji, when we talk about being a secular, which the Defense Minister actually raised in his speech that he felt that Sardar Patel was a true secular, is when there is no appeasement from the state for particular communities. So the kind of appeasement that has been seen, especially because this is in context with Sardar Patel and also in context of Pandit Nehru, and we are discussing it at a time when this is the 150th celebration of Sardar Patel's birth year that is taking place.
Okay.
Let us not forget that out of all the princely states, there was only one princely state which was given to Pandit Nehruji, which he said that I am going to look after its integration.
Okay,
Jammu
but
Kashmir.
Kashmir is another story for the moment. I'm restricting myself for the benefit of this debate only to Ram Temple at Ayodhya or alleged use of offer of using government funds to make the Babri Masjid.
Gauravji, in that case, I think
Yes.
the Waqf Board Act is something which is one of the most glaring examples where how appeasement of a particular community is being done not only
Let me
by
bring in
passing-
Saira Shah
putting
Halim on that
cabinet
aspect.
order, but also by passing
Okay,
through,
let me bring in Saira
Parliament
Shah
Act.
Halim on the aspect of this is appeasement politics. True secularism would mean state stays away from religion, whether it's Hindu religion or Muslim religion. What Pandit Nehru did or what was followed in our country for a very long time was blatant Muslim appeasement. The BJP also points out, and tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, Shama Mohammed, Dr. Shama Mohammed also wants to respond to that. But, when there's conversation of visiting Jinnah's grave, the BJP has just put out a statement saying the number of times the Nehru-Gandhi family visited Babar's grave. And what's the connection is something that I want to understand. But Saira Shah Halim, you go first, and then Dr.
See,
Shama
I think
Mohammed.
it's unfortunate that in 2025, instead of discussing pollution and instead of discussing the next
No, but it's
election,
not instead. We are also discussing pollution.
who
It's
visited
not that we are
which
not
grave. Now,
discussing
I'll tell you
pollution.
something. See, now like Nehru's consistent stand, okay, throughout has always been, and I'm sure Shama would agree with me, that a secular state should not fund religious construction irrespective of any religion, right? His
So
policy
if it was to fund Babri Masjid, would you say Pandit Nehru was wrong?
Let me complete, Gaurav. Let me complete. So Nehru's policy was to maintain an equidistance from all faiths, and this has been widely documented. Now, this analogy with Somnath temple, right? Now we come to here. Now, if you look at it, that Nehru objected to the use of public funds for the Somnath temple, which is again a very important Hindu site, right? Now, it is logic. It is logic, right? And it is consistent with his stand that he would.
No, it is not. It is not.
No, 1 second.
State funds were not being used. If Hindus of India want to pay money for construction of a temple, why should Pandit Nehru or anybody for that matter oppose that?
Gaurav,
No government of India funds were used.
No, let me finish, please. Let me finish. It is logically inconsistent that he was simultaneously, knowing what he stood for, push for using the taxpayers' money for Babri Masjid? No, it is not been documented. Please show the empirical
Sure.
evidences which claim that, because now Babri Masjid issue was a less politically pressing structure in the early 1950s. So let's not use this analogy of Somnath temple and Babri Masjid because it is not applicable here, right? So now it is very clear that what do you call, Nehru was very consistent as far as policy is. He wanted to maintain equidistance from all faiths, and he
Okay.
was not for using public money for any religious causes. It has
Sure,
been
the ball is in
widely
the ball is in Dr.
documented.
Ajay Alok's court to put out that information in public domain. But Dr. Shama Mohammed, you want to quickly respond to that fact about visiting Jinnah's grave and visiting Babar's grave repeatedly?
So I don't know. I've never seen any of them visiting Babar's grave. You have to show us, again, I say evidence. All right. Hearsay is hearsay. Jinnah's grave, we have facts, we have evidence on that. We have all seen it. So, and every time you all say about appeasement, okay, Nehru's appeasement of Muslims. Did he build mosques? No. Did he build madrasas? No. I don't know what is this appeasement. I'm a Muslim myself. But
Yes.
I've always felt Nehru as a scientific temper. He built colleges, IIT, AIMS, ISRO, various things. He wanted, the country to have a scientific temper, and he basically separated the church from the state like it was in the European countries. He didn't want to get involved in religious thing, any of it, when in governance. And I truly agree with that. But this sort of appeasement every time token Muslim, then we should have had so many Muslim representatives by now in this country, being around 50 to 16%. I can tell you today in India, Christians who are 2% have more representation in India than the Muslims in this country.
Okay.
So
Dr. Ajay Alok wants to come in on the aspect, when you said that Pandit Nehru was equidistant, he had a scientific temper, he wasn't in for Muslim appeasement, and the point that you're saying that where is the evidence that Nehru-Gandhi family visited Babar's grave, and why is the BJP raising that whether they're visiting Ram temple or not?
Talk about Advani's Jinnah grave, no? Advani visited
And
Jinnah's
Advani
grave.
visiting
Why
Jinnah's...
doesn't why do
okay,
they
Dr.
speak
Ajay
about
Alok wants
that?
to respond.
That's a very
Dr. Ajay
strong
Alok.
thing. Visiting somebody who divided our nation and made Pakistan.
Let me come.
Horrific.
Let me come one after the other.
Yes. Just Dr.
Have
Ajay Alok
patience
wants to
listen.
respond.
Have patience to listen. Number one, the Gandhi family is visiting Babar graves. There are multiple pictures. Please Google it and you will get it. There is no need for any evidence. Number one. Number two, Advani ji went to Pakistan and went to visit Jinnah's grave, and that was not approved by the party. Principally, I am telling party considered it wrong. Am I clear? I think I am loud and clear. Party considered it wrong that he was visiting Jinnah's grave and writing something on it. Number three, Nehru was so distinct that he demolished Hindu code bill, but he developed Muslim personal law. Nehru was so selective and so scientific that he created Waqf for no reason, because there was no Waqf in independent India. But Nehru created separate Waqf. Nehru was so scientific in his approach that nobody was going to take Kashmir to UN, but Nehru took it. He was so scientific in approach that he imposed Article 317 and 35A on Kashmir, making Kashmir a separate nation. We had two constitutions and two signals. This was Nehru, so scientific. The scientific things of Nehru continued till the time of 1962, where all the kinds of Muslim appeasement were done. And these are all fact and documented. Nehru was so democratic that even without getting elected, he amended constitution 9 times before 1951. He was so democratic. Basically,
Okay, Dr. Shama Mohammed, last 30 seconds on this part of the show. I have breaking news coming in, but Dr. Shama Mohammed, you want to quickly respond, ma'am.
He talks about things. I mean, everybody knows who were in the cabinet. Even Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was there during the Kashmir issue. I mean, talking about Nehru like this without...
It was all after death of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
Facts. And one more thing. I didn't interrupt. He spoke about we were against Advani.
The continuous appeasement carried on after Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's death and Gandhi's death.
Why is Mr. Modi visiting Advani? Why does
He changed the concept of Congress.
You should have cut ties.
He changed the DNA of Congress. And that's why Gandhiji used to say that Congress should end.
Did you cut
This debate will
keeping the
continue to
Congress on the
rage.
partition
We
is
shall
done.
report on it either ways.